That 70s show, seasons 1 through 6, are some of the best TV in the history of comedy. Legitimately a bunch of characters that we all grew to love. And the less said about seasons 7 and 8, the better. With the exception of the Bears vs. Packers episode, and that episode was choice, season 7 served to really undermine and destroy the character of Eric Foreman in vengeance for Topher Grace leaving to pursue other projects, and season 8 was just bad all the way through. It might have been technically an ensemble cast, but Eric was clearly the main character. With him gone, the show falls off a hill. And then it falls off a goddamn cliff when you realize that Kelso will be gone for most of the season, meaning 1/3 of your core is missing. The studio wanted an 8th season because, money, but what we got was a wet hot mess with a dud of a season. But, hear me out, what if they had ended with season 7, and what if we had ended on a high note? Now, the only amendment you would have to make to season 6 for this rewrite would be, what if at the end of season 6, Eric and Donna got married? They actually got married. Now, I'm not going to break down every single episode. I have things to do. I have a child. That would take way too long, and Lord knows your attention span is not going to hold up. So, we're going to be talking about overarching stories. Bear in mind, while I'm talking about characters individually, you can also safely assume that the paths are going to cross throughout the story. So, episodes 1 through 5. Eric and Donna are on their honeymoon and come home to their trailer that is shockingly bigger than before because TV magic. We get to see the bliss of the new couple living together and them bugging the hell out of each other with like Donna not closing the toothpaste right, or Eric leaving the toilet seat up, and or it turned into like the freaking dishes, like having them fight a newlywed couple. Donna is working at the radio station and also applying for colleges locally, as well as a few wish-listed schools in New York and LA, and Chicago. Jackie and Hyde. So, Hyde finds out who his father is and yes, starts running the record store with his half-sister while he's still dating Jackie, who is excited for Hyde, but also is trying to figure out herself, what does Jackie want to do for her career? She settles on becoming a weather girl. Kelso's daughter is born and he dedicates himself to being the best at ever and asks Mrs. Foreman to teach him everything because we all know Red never changed a diaper. And then Red can add in the iconic line, "You'll be wearing diapers after they have to surgically remove my foot from your ass." And that works. Speaking of, Red settles on opening the muffler shop for himself, something he can really be proud of, while Kitty is dreading the loss of her baby boy to marriage. Fez becomes a bit of a ladies' man while being the only guy at a beauty school. He goes on several dates, each with their own hijinks. Episodes 6 through 10. Somewhere in here is a Halloween episode, just assume that. Eric has a job as a store manager but grows to hate it. Now, it does pay the bills, but it's not his dream job. It's not his dream to work for a corporation for the next 40 years. He's also a little jealous of Donna and her love for her job, and is actually moving up in the ranks, becoming the morning DJ. They also discuss the possibility of them moving if Donna's career continues to grow. Jackie starts to talk to Hyde about their future and the possibility of marriage, while Hyde is a little iffy about being part of the establishment man. Kelso is trying to graduate from the police academy and gets into some trouble on his graduation date, and that's when he needs the help of the guys. After Red opens up the muffler shop, some other shop in town come to confront him about being competition, while Kitty's baked goods really do help drive people into the store. At one point, we have Red tell Kitty, "I'm going to need another 120 cookies for this afternoon." And Kitty tells him, but Red, I can't feel my hands, because she's baking so much. I think it could be funny. It's comical. Also, bear in mind, we see a very rough outline of the season, like more can be added in. Fez is dating multiple women at once, while at some point he has to go on a date with like 3 of them all at the same time at the same restaurant, and the group try to help him cover up, but he gets busted because that would be funny. Episodes 11 through 15. At some point here, we get the Bears game episode. Donna gets an offer to be an on-air personality in Chicago, but she feels conflicted about telling Eric because she really wants this. But they would have to move. Eric finds out, and he's the one that calls Chicago to tell them that Donna will accept the job. He accepts it for her, not in like I made a decision for us, but because he really supports her. He tells Donna, "I believe in you." He tells Donna, "Donna, you believed in me when we got married, and now I'm going to believe in you." Hyde secretly buys Jackie an engagement ring as she's going to school to become a weather girl. After one particular hard day, she's venting to Hyde, and he tells her to just quit and he can support her, but that's exactly the wrong response. And again, there can be that comparison there of, look, Eric is supporting Donna, why can't you support me? She needs support, not someone that's going to cheer her failure. After Donna just got a job in Chicago and is doing something with her life. They break up. Kitty and Red go to a few car shows, and Red is making connections while Kitty feels insecure about all the young women as the car shop owners are with. And Red insists, "Kitty, there isn't a woman in the world that can hold to your flame. Meanwhile, Kelso is also going through it as a cop in all his shift work while trying to be there for Brooke and his daughter. Fez is very much in a supporting role during these episodes, telling Hyde he needs to call Jackie now to vent his feelings. Fez is very much the rock that everyone needs for their struggles. Episodes 16 through 20, somewhere in here we need to have a Thanksgiving episode. Eric is trying to figure out what he wants to do in Chicago when he realizes what his dream is. He has so much geek stuff, why not open his own comic book store? He already has the inventory to start. Donna meets new people at the radio station, while we also have Donna and Eric looking for a place to live. Somewhere with 2 rooms minimum for a home office. Hyde tracks down Jackie at the news station and accidentally proposes to her on live television, and she says yes, and thus the wedding plans are on. Kelso makes the very adult decision to move to Chicago with Brooke and the baby. They're not moving it together, but he wants to be closer to her. And maybe he'll live near Eric and Donna. We can have a little sequence where like Eric and Donna don't want to live too close to Kelso and stuff. It could be fun. Or maybe he's like, we can be roommates. It's like, no, there's funniness there. I know there's chances there. Anyway, that said, while Red's business continues to grow, Bob decides to invest in Red to expand and grow and have a franchise. Kitty hears that Eric and Donna are going to be moving to Chicago, and she is devastated until she realizes, oh wait, we can open a muffler shop in Chicago. Now, I want to give Fez an episode because he's been very much on the back burner for most of the season. Fez has heard that everyone forgot his birthday, so they rent out the entire Perry's Playtime for him overnight, and think of it like a Chuck E. Cheese, but like Kelso and Donna are able to pull some strings and get him a DJ and some strippers. I think it could work. Fez is maybe the only character that this could work, but I think it would. Now, the last 5 episodes should wrap up several storylines. Somewhere in this is a Christmas episode, but Eric opens up his comic book shop while Donna goes to college and does the morning radio show. Kitty and Red are going to sell the house so they can live closer to Eric and Donna. Hyde and Jackie are going to move in together while Kelso's daughter, Betsy, that's her name, says her first word, Dada. Now, I am well aware a kid can't say a word like at 4 or 5 months, but again, it's a TV show. Work with me. Fez is set to graduate from school, and he gets a job at a beauty salon since he's the best at doing perms. And he has his own unique style that's called the Fez. Finally, in the last episode, takes place on December 31st, 1979. Hyde and Jackie make an offer to buy the house from the Foremans, and Red accepts because he wants to keep it in the family. Red and Kitty are able to pack up their things and reminisce on the good life that they've lived there at Point Place and their new adventure in Chicago. Kelso is on a high and can't wait to apply for the SWAT team, while Fez and Morgan, the girl he's had a crush on the whole season, they finally start to date, and she turns out to be, well, this. And Fez loves her. And then, right before the new year, Donna and Eric tell everyone, we're having a baby. What? And the end happens. The show goes off on a high note, and hopefully most people will rewatch happily, knowing the gang rides into the 1980s with new things on the horizon. So what do you think of my show? Or what do you think of my ending of the show? Is it better? How much better is it? Because I know it is. Let us know down below. Anything else you want to see me rewrite, let me know. And yeah, we'll catch you all next time. See you, everybody.